Greg Ruff and Emily Moore with you, and it's postseason volleyball at Trojan Fieldhouse. It's been a long time since we've had a home postseason match, but pretty excited about this one. I guess you are too.
Yeah, it's one of the best weeks of the year.
Absolutely. Just talk about what it means to you. I'm sure you had some time to think about it on your trip back from West Florida, but maybe on the whole trip down there. And just talk about that and what it means to you personally, not just the team, but you.
Well, we're always going to be the first team to compete in the Gulf South, and we're going to always be the first team to host a Gulf South volleyball tournament at the field house. And, no matter what, we've already done something special. We're going to do something special tomorrow. I think that, would I have liked to have finished the season a higher seed in the top 4? Absolutely. But I really like the way that the bracket kind of played out, and I think we're very well positioned to grab some momentum and make our way through that bracket, hopefully to the championship on Sunday.
You've been able to do that, in the postseason,
We have.
So it's pretty exciting. I wrote in the thing, and it's like one of those things when you're writing it and you think, I don't know, maybe I didn't word it right, but I wrote, we lived up to you, the volleyball team, lived up to expectations. You were picked 6th, and you finished 6th. I know, you want to be higher, right?
Sure.
But you were where you were predicted to, so you lived up to at least everyone else's expectations, and now you got a chance to maybe up that.
Yeah, I think we've kind of talked about this all year, just how neck and neck, like every weekend is just a slugfest between these teams, and we beat some teams that were ranked above us, and we've lost to some teams that were ranked below us. And, so 6th is kind of where it shook out and, where our play landed us. But I think that we have shown throughout the season that we're a high-caliber team and we can be a top 4 team. So if that version of Trevecca volleyball shows up tomorrow, which I'm fairly confident we will, I think we'll start building that momentum that's going to carry us through the rest of the week.
To a certain degree, the Valdosta State game down there showed that. I mean, they got up, and then you guys rallied back, and then you were in it in a 5th set at their place.
Yeah.
And it was important for them to win that too.
Sure.
So it wasn't like they were mailing it in.
Right.
So I'm not. But then Union goes down there. Is that right?
Lee.
Lee. Okay, Lee went. Okay, I got my Lees and my Unions confused there. But still, Lee kind of upset them down there too. So which got them the 5th seed. So just talk about where your team is now. You've gone through a full 20 match regular season, and now you're going into the postseason. You know what you got a little bit more now, don't you?
Yeah, going into conference play, you can do the scouting, but there's something to having actually played these teams before and consistently, and you just kind of get a sense of how they play and where they play well and how their coaches coach their teams, things that we just didn't know going in initially. And now that we've played everybody twice, we have a better sense of each team, just their identities. And so we feel a lot more confident now because everybody that we are going to see, this will be time number 3 this season. So we've gained some familiarity with these teams that I think will help us and kind of take away that unknown, what are we going to get, and allow us to play confidently.
As we finish up here, tell me, if you can, this is like off the top of the head, tell me things about this team that have surprised you maybe where they've excelled that you weren't sure 100% that you would get that as the season went along.
For sure, I'm surprised and quite pleased with the depth that we have. I typically don't play a lot of players in the rotation, and this is the first year where I've used a heavy rotation of DSs, and a lot of those DSs are coming from the freshman class, and they're really stepping up and gaining confidence as the year goes on. We knew that Addison Cunningham as a freshman would be a really good player, but it was kind of unclear how we were going to best utilize her, whether that was going to be on the outside or the right side, and it kind of took all season to get settled in, and I think she's really come into her own now as a right side attacker. We have had tremendous success with our middle attacking, and I didn't think that, based on last year, that wasn't one of our strong suits. So that being a part of our offense this year, in addition to the strong pin play and our solid ball control, we have some depth, and I think that relieves a little bit of pressure from the players who are on the court that know, you know what, if I'm off a step, somebody can come in and pick me up and keep this team rolling. And together, all of those pieces make the whole, and we're stronger for it.
All right, that's Emily Moore. We've got Union and Trevecca. It's the great, it is the Gulf South Championships. I did it. Boo-boo. That's an error.
That might be the first time all year.
It might be.
For
close.
me.
Yeah, all right. She's Emily Moore. I'm Greg Ruff, and this is postseason volleyball in the Gulf South.